All right, everybody, it's Bryce here in the Storm Austin Weather Center with your Thursday afternoon forecast. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. It's almost the end of the week here, and take a look at these beautiful skies on our downtown Austin skyline cam right here. Not a cloud in the sky as we head into your Thursday afternoon. I've got temperatures right now 96 degrees, perfectly clear skies. It is a bit hot though. That feels like that heat index that we've been talking about, which is being driven by the humidity, is already at triple digits. Now, we're not expecting to hit triple digits in the Austin area today. I've only got a high of 99 degrees here, but some areas could see some triple digit heat today. Definitely don't want to rule that out. And regardless, even if we don't hit triple digits, it's still going to feel that hot because of the humidity. But your forecast today, perfectly clear. Let's take a look here at our statewide radar real quick. I just want to kind of show you guys a big picture today real quick. Pretty much perfectly dry across the Lone Star State, but we do have this sort of stalled system out across parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma here that's been dumping some heavy rainfall all afternoon long out there. A little bit of showers and storms there up there in northeast Texas, the sort of Ark-La-Tex area up there, but so far staying dry across Lone Star State today. There is kind of a stalled boundary up there that's kind of associated with this system. Now, if we head back on over to our forecast for tonight here in the Lone Star State, we are staying perfectly clear tonight in the capital city, 77 degrees, mostly clear skies. Now, heading into tomorrow, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. I do have a high of 100 degrees, so we'll see if we add another day to our triple-digit heat counter, but I also have a 30% rain chance across the area for some isolated thunderstorms. So we'll keep an eye on the rain chances tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some storms in the metro area. Here's what one model thinks about how things could play out tomorrow. We stay dry throughout the afternoon, but headed into your commute at around 5, 6 p.m., start to see some showers and storms developing across the metro area. We actually start to see a line of storms developing headed into 7 p.m. and into the evening hours. That could really impact our eastern counties, moving out of the metro area by 8, 9 p.m., mostly impacting our eastern counties, LaGrange, out towards there, headed into the evening. Now, here's what another model thinks, because there is some disagreement on who will see rain and how much. That's why I've only thrown out the 30% rain chance for tomorrow. This is a completely different model. You can see here at 10 p.m., pretty much dry across the Austin area, and we do have some rain out towards Rockdale, that sort of area, out northeast of our viewing area, but overall dry across the Storm Austin viewing area itself. So there's a lot of disagreement on how much rainfall we'll see tomorrow. We'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. Now, what I do know for sure is that your Texas Longhorns are playing the Ohio State Buckeyes on Saturday morning out in Columbus. So we do have your forecast for that. Now that we're about 48 hours from that game starting, we can kind of start to get a clear picture on that forecast. And I do have perfectly clear skies, not a chance of rain Saturday morning in Columbus, and a high of 67 degrees when that game kicks off at around 11 o'clock here, so you guys can catch that game. If you have any other Labor Day weekend plans, we've got your forecast specifically for Labor Day weekend coming up here. If you're staying here in Austin, not headed to Columbus for the game, maybe you've got some tailgate plans, barbecue, whatever, with the family here. On Saturday, I do have a 40% scattered thunderstorm risk here, high of 96. And heading to Sunday, this is when things are a lot more widespread in terms of rainfall amounts across the area. I've got a high of just 91 degrees, 60% chance of scattered storms. And then headed into Labor Day itself, I do have a 40% rain chance and a high of 90 degrees. All right. Take a look here at your 5-day high temperatures across the area here. This is that roller coaster that we've been talking about. Again, the possibility of hitting triple-digit heat on Friday. And then as that cold front that we've been talking about all week moves through the area, we're going to see a little bit of relief, especially on Sunday and Monday, from the heat. But overall, still staying pretty hot, just in the lower 90s headed into next week. Average high of just 94 degrees. Here's your rain chances headed into the weekend here. Again, want to emphasize, we've got some scattered rainfall, 60% rain chance on Sunday, and even your 40% rain chance on Monday for Labor Day itself. But really, overall, looking like the biggest rainfall event is going to be occurring on Sunday itself. But we do want to emphasize the risk for flooding across the area. I have seen a change to this map since yesterday. So this is your flooding risk for Friday. This is what we're talking about tomorrow. The Weather Prediction Center has pushed this boundary for this limited level 1 flood risk further south. So areas like Hayes County are now included as well, rather than being cut off. So if you remember, this map yesterday was a lot further north. But sort of the big picture here, Saturday and Sunday, everybody's under that one limited risk for flooding. That doesn't mean everyone's going to see flooding. However, there is the potential, there is a slight potential, and if you do see a storm and maybe things start to stall out or train or develop over and over again, there could be the possibility for some flash flooding. But I really do want to emphasize Sunday is when the entire area is under a limited level 1 risk, and even off our northwest, there's a limited level 2 risk of flooding just outside of our area, literally right up here off the map. So this is going to be the greatest risk for some widespread rainfall. Now, talking tropics, just real quick, I just want to put this on your radar real quick here. We do have a brand new area of interest just off the coast of Africa here. This is just a 20% chance of development right now. We call this the limit here. We do have a brand new area of interest, though, out in the Atlantic. Otherwise, the Atlantic is fairly quiet right now, especially for this time in the season. So we could start to see some activity start to ramp up. So just want to let you guys know about this. Again, if there is anything new to talk about with this, we will keep you updated. But for right now, just want to let you know we are monitoring one system out in the Atlantic over the next few days. All right, here's a 7-day forecast across Austin. Again, triple-digit heat Friday, and then we've got that cold front coming in for your Longhorns game on Saturday. And of course, we're just going to have a stormy weekend for your Labor Day weekend, but we will see some relief from the heat in terms of temperatures heading into next week.